We're joined on the KCBS Newsline by TV Guides magazine senior critic Matt Roush. Thanks for talking to us. Boy, just hearing the theme song to Mary Tyler Moore it just fills you with nostalgia.
Well, it certainly does, and there's no question that the two major roles she had on television as Mary Richards and also as Laura Petrie were, they could have defined the word iconic in many ways, defining generations, actually. There was a sense that the Petries and New Rochelle were the embodiment of, like, the Camelot era in the early 60s, and then when she sort of boldly presented herself as a single woman in the workplace in the early 70s in the Mary Tyler Moore Show, I think it created a role model for entire generations that would see somebody who's making it on her own and doing it with style and also just so much integrity. And at that time, as you said, as the report said, she had her name on a production company, so the MTM logo with that little mewling cat became an emblem of the greatest comedies and some of the best dramas, including Hill Street Blues, that came out of the 70s. So she represented in her own way the best of television, not just in her own acting, but in terms of what her company was doing as well. And the fact that it only went off the air in like 7 years, there was always that sense that Mary Tyler Moore Show went out on top, and even if she never quite equaled that level of acclaim and success again, that she gave us so much great entertainment and then reinvented herself for the movies. Like I said, the Oscar nomination for Ordinary People, showing a very different side of her talent and character. She was a pretty amazing talent.
You know, she really was an icon of early feminism. I was a teenager and remember thinking, watching what she did and seeing that we could all do this, and where Betty Friedan, that school of feminism might have put some people off, Mary Tyler Moore was something, that you could aspire to.
She made it very palatable, and the fact that she created this new family around her with these friends and these other women, and also just the way that she had the relationship with her boss, Lou Grant, there was something so high-spirited about her embrace of life. And again, like you said, she was a role model for that entire generation, I think, to go out there and do it on her own. And that was, she had to fight the network to get that kind of a character put on television, to not have to be a married person. There were many people who, when they first saw Mary Richards, they thought that Laura Petrie had divorced Rob somehow, but she never wanted to be thought of as Laura Petrie. She didn't really want to be remembered only as Mary Richards, but I think there's a lot to be proud of in the fact that those two women on television made such a mark.
Matt Roush, thanks very much for the time. TV Guide magazine senior critic on the death of Mary Tyler Moore.